high-tech bit of equipment known as a rubble sack. I know it's getting complicated now. Interesting things in the wall. Bash away at it, you know. Oh, look at that. So satisfying. This wall is riddled with damp. So the purpose of this video is to, one, show you how the damp is dealt with and how we do a permanent guaranteed fix on it, but also hopefully to show you how you can do this yourself. Because it is possible to do it yourself. If you've got a few hand tools, you don't need sort of major tools, just normal power tools, and a bit of DIY eagerness, then there's no reason you couldn't do this yourself as well. So hopefully we can help you do that, or at the very worst, show you exactly how it's done, and then you can give us a call and we'll do it for you. All right, so the first thing you're going to need for a job like this is one of these bad boys. This is a damp meter. This takes readings from the wall and tells you how much water is in the wall. Now, I've already been around this whole area and marked up where we need to be dealing with this damp. So I'm going to show you. The general rule of thumb is if it's penetrating damp, you go 30 centimeters beyond any signs of damp. If it's rising damp, you go to a height of 1.2 meters from the floor. And again, 30 centimeters beyond any signs of damp. So I've already marked up, you see this pencil line? That is the line we're going to go to get rid of this damp. When I say go to, I mean we're going to remove all this masonry back to brick. We're literally going all the way back to brick with it.
Hello.
So next step, well, actually I just want to show you this brickwork. I briefly showed you yesterday, but here, I don't know if you can see there just how much dust comes off the wall. You can see on my handlet as a comparison, a normal hand versus a dusty hand. So there's a lot of dust on the wall, and that dust stops any products we apply to that wall from bonding to the brickwork properly. So we do need to deal with it in a way where we can apply the tanking, which I'll show you later, and for the tanking to actually attach properly to the brickwork. So the first step is we hoover it. We brush it down and we hoover it. So we are hoovered and brushed. However, I don't know if you can see, but there's still dust coming off it. And my hand is still dusty. So we've got rid of probably 60% of the dust that's on there. We do need to do another stage, which I will show you before we are ready for putting any actual products like tanking on there. So this is the product we are using, general purpose PVA. What we do with it is we water it down. Happy with that? Perfect mix. Now let's get it on the wall. We are now getting to the interesting part of the job. We actually start applying some tanking slurry. So this is the tanking slurry itself, as you can tell, because it says tanking slurry right on the front of it. This is a KA brand. We use this all the time, it never lets us down. We're always really happy to use this. But we don't really use anything else. Anything else we use on the odd occasion, we're never as happy with as this stuff. So definitely recommend that one if you are looking to buy some of that and do the job yourself. So it opens the tub and you find a whole bunch of powder. Pretty much what you'd expect. We have two other buckets. We've got one bucket with clean water and one empty bucket. We do 3 parts tanking slurry to 1 part water. The only other thing to mention is you should wet the wall before you start applying it. So you actually want a wet wall like that. It helps with they call it the crystallization process. So it helps with the tanking fluid to actually bond to the brickwork and start to become waterproof. So stage 1 of tanking complete. The first coat is on and looking pretty good. I've got to say, we've got a nice coverage. We've got a bit of care and effort into making sure we go around all the seams like that, so it's got no gaps. I mean, there are going to be some gaps in it, but it will need a second coat. So any gaps in there now will be gone with the second coat. But I think this first coat is quite important to go around like the corners and into the corners there as well, to make sure that it is coated as much as possible on this first coat. Now, we brushed it, you saw us getting it on with the trowel, then we brushed it down to sort of smooth it all out and fill up any little gaps afterwards as well. So a bit of drying time now, and then we'll be able to do the second coat a bit later. So now we are ready for second coat of tanking. So I've got my illustrious colleague David, who you've seen on loads of videos before. He's done like 4 or 5 videos. Actually, you might not have always seen him, but you've always seen his work. So he's going to come and do the second coat of tanking for us. So that's it. We are at the point where the wall is rebuilt. We have plaster drying out, as you can see. New skirting boards on. Still quite a lot of work to do. The skirting boards need to be fully prepared, ready for painting. Plaster needs to fully dry before any painting and preparation work can be done. For this video, though, I think you've seen enough. There's plenty of other videos on YouTube on how to paint plaster and prepare skirting boards. This video is all about tanking, which you've seen that process done now. Hopefully you might have learnt a few things and you might be willing to give it a go yourself. If you do decide to give it a go yourself, please tell us in the comments about it. I'd love to know how you got on and if our video was useful and helpful for the process for you. If it helps, we do have other videos on YouTube about damp works as well, including one video that gives you a description of different types of damp to help you analyze which one you've got. We also did another video from this same project where we installed a dry rod damp proof course, which helps or prevents rising damp. If either of these videos would be useful to you to watch them, then there should be a link popping up on screen within the next few seconds or so. If you have enjoyed this video, press the like button. If you'd like to see future videos, press the subscribe button. For now, though, it'll be a very good bye from me, and hopefully see you on the next one.